Hey, it's Trixie. Welcome to the Underground. It's brought to you by Pine Street Productions. I know. Do you love it or what?
Love it, love it.
Happy Mother's Day.
All for all you mothers.
Yeah, I'm not a mother. They were telling me at work all week.
That was mother with a U.
Mother?
Mother.
Happy Mother's Day. My friend gave me this questionnaire. It was like a background check that you do with your mother. Look at this. It took me like an hour and a half. Okay? So I learned some things maybe I don't want to know about my mom. Like, I knew she was in a gang, but I didn't know she was the head of a gang. And that she broke into some factory, some bell factory, and got caught. She broke a window. And then she said no one... Like, they blamed some other Italian girl. And my mother's like, don't tell on me. Because she would have kicked their ass. My mother was a tough little mama. But, yeah, I guess no one told on her. She's like the mafia. No one told. So, another thing, like when she met my dad and they were on their honeymoon, they went to New York and they went to the Copacabana. And just like Goodfellas, they made a table. They brought a table out on the floor for when they saw Bobby Darin. It was just like that scene in Goodfellas. So I thought, obviously my mother's impressed by my father that he treated her like that. That was kind of cool. And then, the question was about your children and how were they when they were young. Okay, so my older sister, the Rose Report, she said easy to teach, easy to feed, easy to potty train. Did everything she asked to and they, shopping. Had fun. My younger sister was loved food, easygoing, loved piano, loved my mother because she never let go of my mother. When my mother tried to leave, she was like, my grandmother used to say, let go of your mother's apron strings. Okay, then when she got to me, okay, listen to this. Couldn't control, stubborn, hung with boys. I was bad. Cut my hair when I was 4. What do you mean I cut my hair? She said, so I let someone cut my hair. I think I did. Make me look like a boy. Wanted big Jim Carrey all case. I never liked Barbie. I couldn't relate to Barbie. I was the cutest one. So, long black hair. She said how cute I was. Cutest face. Yeah, whatever. I didn't like my mother's cooking. She wasn't Italian. I went to Mrs. Delmonico's house. She used to feed me sauce. I liked it. I know. And then she called me a holy terror and belligerent. So then... She told me I got thrown out of nursery school. You know why I got thrown out of nursery school? Because they tried to make me go to sleep. I didn't want to go to sleep. I was 4 years old.
Good thing you didn't have to kill him.
It was all dark. I didn't like the dark. And then she said I spit at my grandmother. How's that? She looked like Bela Lugosi. And I was intimidated. Okay, happy Mother's Day. So I guess I read this today. Victorian mothers, like portraits in the Victorian era. There's a book out, Hidden Mothers, Forms and Absence in Victorian Photography and Fiction by Susan E. Cook. So this is how they took the portraits back then. They used to have the mother, sitting there with their babies, and they used to put sheets over the mother's heads. Why the hell would they block the mother's face? John, do you know about this?
No, I don't.
Their hands and faces were wrapped like they were dead. Why do that? Women are hated. Taylor Swift is in Paris. My niece is begging me for a donation so she can go see her in Miami. I don't have like $12,000 extra. She wants to be in the front row. I'm sorry, I don't have $12,000 laying in my bed somewhere, under my bed. So I guess the seats are very cheap in Paris. I should have just flown her to Paris. They're like a few $100. Here they're like thousands. So Taylor Swift seemed to levitate on stage. I love it. She's like David Copperfield now. So I leap from the gallows and I levitate down your street. It's just like Who's Afraid of Little Old Me? That's the song. So it levitates in there. That's why she does it. So Kristi Noem, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, Kristi Noem, the dog killer. She wants to shoot Biden's dog. If she dares go near a German Shepherd, I don't like that she shot her own dog, but if she goes near a German Shepherd, She said she met Kim Jong-un. Now she's backtracking. I took that out of the book. I didn't know. You didn't know? You read it out loud in your audiobook. And then, what did she say recently? There's something else going on. Oh, like Indian tribes in South Dakota where she's governor. They won't deal with her. They won't let her on their reservation because she said they benefited from drug deals. I don't know. Where are the animal tranquilizers when you need them? So Ronnie Wiggs from Kansas, he's a husband that killed his wife in the hospital because he couldn't afford the medical bills. This is disgusting. And he confessed he choked her. He said, I choked her. He tried killing her before because he couldn't caregive. Well, men aren't known for caregivers, but still, you gotta kill her. Too cheap for a divorce? I don't know. I guess the first time she woke up and asked him not to do it again. Are you kidding me? I wouldn't give him a chance. Sorry, don't do it. Don't do it. The second time she was hooked up to several monitors and the dumbass couldn't pull it off. This is crazy, though. He's facing second-degree murder. Yeah. An elephant returned a child's shoe after it fell into the zoo's enclosure. This is why I love elephants. Here you go, kid. Picked it up with his trunk and put it over the fence. I love it. They're so cute, these elephants. RFK Jr., they found a dead worm in his brain because he ate a portion of his brain because it was from undercooked pork. I probably have eaten undercooked pork. Does that mean I have a worm in my brain? It explains a lot about him. But this is what he said. I could eat 5 more worms and then take on Biden and Trump. This is what we got to pick from? This is what we got to pick from, these guys. A guy in court, a guy that doesn't finish a sentence correctly, and a guy with worms in his brain. Oh, my gosh.
You can't climb stairs.
Yeah. Who? Biden?
Yeah.
What about Trump with the toilet paper? What about him walking down that walkway when he was like holding on? Like, what about when he drinks water, John? It's like this big. He's like got to hold it with 2 hands. They roasted Tom Brady on Netflix. Kim Kardashian, I don't really know why she was there. She was booed. I watched the edited version, but it was wow. It was sometime my mouth was hanging. It was like agape. He went up to Jeff Ross and whispered, don't say that shit again about Kraft, because he was talking about Kraft getting that massage and that blow job. It was hysterical. But Kraft seemed drunk. He seemed drunk, but they were all having a good time. Nikki Glaser stole the show. She's got a comedy show out, a special on HBO, Someday You Will Die. That's okay. I watched it too early. She's very funny, but it was before breakfast. And after that, I saw a few minutes of it. I didn't want breakfast, oral sex, anal sex, men squirting in the mouth, toilet paper pieces stuck in your vagina. She's very funny, but wow. She said she'd shoot her boyfriend of 10 years in the face to give Tom Brady. I'm editing here. I didn't exactly say what she said. Then she mocked Aaron Hernandez. Give it up for Randy Moss, 0-time Super Bowl champion. Why don't you have a ring? What the hell, man? You're one of the best ever. Drew Bledsoe has a ring. Aaron Hernandez has a ring around his neck. Unbelievable. And then she said something about when there's a dressing room or a bathroom. It must have been the dressing room because everybody was a man on that stage and it just said woman. For her. She also went after Bridget Moynihan. Quote, but seriously, Tom, you're the best to ever play for too long. You retired, then you came back, and then you retired again. I get it. It's hard to walk away from something that's not your pregnant girlfriend. Woo! Yeah. And then she said, you didn't think she was pregnant. You thought she was just getting fat. So then Kim Kardashian comes up and she's like, everybody kept saying, you have this beautiful face. You're gay. You have high cheekbones. You remind me of my stepdad, Caitlyn Jenner. Rumors of us dating. I won't say, I'll just release the tape. She was kind of funny. Kim Kardashian's, there's something to her. Hard to believe you played in Boston. Tom Brady looks like a Confederate fag. You look like the gay Tom Brady. He's not gay, but he's very pretty. I always thought he looked like Charlton Heston, like a young Charlton Heston, like his eyes. Drew Bledsoe was very funny. He said he hates Tom Brady. Rob Gronkowski, his favorite tight end who wasn't a murderer. Unbelievable. At least when he was fired, you're talking about Belichick, at least when he was fired, someone else wanted him. Belichick's going to be working with the Manning brothers. That's going to be funny. You enjoyed amazing success with the team and that I built. Bledsoe, poor thing. Tom's favorite flag. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Tom's favorite wine was what? I don't even read my own. Tom Brady's favorite line was, where's the flag? You know how he was like complaining every time he got touched? He complained to the refs. Used to not being touched, just like the end of your marriage. Hysterical. And then Drew said, I'm not saying Tom Brady is gay, but he sure did F me. Wow. Kevin Hart said he's got employee of the month face. Oh, Sam J, this lesbian from Boston. Your Super Bowl ring is like my strap on. Just because you put it on doesn't make it real. Too funny. Bill Belichick said he had a lot of nice things to say about Tom, but he ran out of time. When he came out, they played Darth Vader music. Belichick does have a sense of humor, just not around the press. Brady said the bar for a Patriots tight end was pretty low back then. Block, catch, don't murder. And then he said Kansas City thinks their stadium is the loudest. Easy when all the fans are 14-year-old girls. That's because of Taylor Swift. And then he took a shot at Belichick, asking him how many rings he's had after he left. And he said, when I go to the Indy 500, I don't ask the winning driver, hey, who gassed up your car? Woo! I think jokes are a funny way of telling the truth, don't you think? Stormy Daniels. Okay, this is like, the judge had to tell her to shut up because she was talking so salacious. I don't know if it benefited or not, because maybe people feel bad for Trump because they kind of embarrassed him. I don't know. He didn't fall asleep. I don't think he fell asleep during the testimony, but the jury stopped writing. They were just kind of like leaning in. Said he was pompous, like really, we don't know this, bragging about being on the cover of the magazine, which she whipped him with. She beat him with the cover of a magazine, or a magazine that he was on the cover of. So it does sound like that. So she went into graphic detail. She made him for dinner in his hotel room. He was wearing silk or satin PJs like Hugh Hefner. Told her she reminded him of his daughter, and then he screwed her. Okay. And then he said he and Melania slept in separate bedrooms. I really believe that. She hasn't even come to the courtroom once. She went into the bathroom. He was on the bed in his boxers and t-shirt like Harvey Weinstein. Talked about explicit sex where the judge is like, please, stop. I can't deal with it. She said it didn't last long. Okay? These poor women. It takes women like 15 minutes to get going. No condom. And the missionary position. I picture Trump to be more adventurous. What's her face? The one he went with. Marla Maples said, that was the best sex she ever had, but I can't imagine that's, whatever. So I just think that, I don't know, but I think that the jurors believed her. No notes were taken, so that usually means they believe what she's saying. But when she was cross-examined, again, they dropped their pad. So she said there was an imbalance of power. She blacked out during sex. Are you kidding me? She blacked out during sex? She was a porn star, for crying out loud. There was a bodyguard outside the room. What was he afraid Melania was going to come in? I don't know. Trump's lawyer asked if she hated him. Yes, she said. Oh, boy. And then, do you want him to go to jail? She said, I want him to, and his mushroom dick to be accountable. No, she didn't say that. She just said, I want him to be accountable. Okay. Real Housewives of New Jersey. Gossip around John Fuda. I don't like the Fudas. Just let me get that out there. I don't like his lips. He lost weight, but I don't like his lips. The internet buzz was he was a drug dealer and he loves purple-sided dildos. What is that? Is that like a nod to Prince? And fingers up his butt. Wow. Listen to John. Wow. Ever had a finger up your butt, John?
No.
Still have a thing for Nate Cabral. I'm in love with Nate. Why am I in love with Nate? He's so cute. Dolores and boyfriend Paul still are... Dolores' boyfriend Paul is still married. Now, this is separated. What do you make of that, John? He's separated for 10 years, no divorce. But he's seeing Dolores. Like, what? Why won't you get... Is it because he's from Ireland? Catholic?
I don't know why somebody would want to live 10 years of misery if they don't want to be married to somebody.
Well, he's not with her. He's just still married. They just never...
It's got to be a matter of convenience.
Or financial?
Yeah.
He gets sick after eating Italian food. Oh, man.
Well, something wrong with that.
That's bad. And Vanderpump Rules, Lala grilling Dan. That's Ariana's boyfriend. Okay, this was this. When was your last relationship? How did it end? It was like an interview. And like a Gestapo interrogation. Do you want kids? Because Ariana does not want to get married or have kids. Has he watched the show? Yeah, she does not. She does not want kids. Schwartz talked to Sandoval about Dan being a good guy. Sandoval said, Ariana's got great taste in men. Yeah, except for you. Oh, disgusting. He tried talking to Ariana. She walked away. Then he laid into her. See, then you realize he's like, trying to be nice and talking to her. And then he goes, she shouldn't be on the show. She's performative. Lazy ass, he called her. To collect a check for doing nothing. I mean, I think that, she is like, look, I don't find her interesting that much, but I can't, I get nauseous when I think of him. And then Lala laying into her, saying she thinks she's Beyonce. I mean, come on. Kind of jealous in a way because she's going back on on the Broadway to do Chicago again. So I think Sheena and Lala are fooled by Sandoval, but Ariana was correct. Sandoval tried talking to her only on camera. Excuse me. They live together. You can go up and talk to her, you know? I just think he's trying to repair his tarnished image. Okay, game night on the Valley. I don't really like the show, but this was kind of interesting. So Brittany was sick. She's got something with her stomach, and Jax had no empathy. He's like, you know what? She was nauseous from taking a shot. One shot. Jax stayed. He didn't care. He's like, I told you so. That's what she gets from her husband. And they had a drag queen enter in. How long does sex last with your partner? And one guy said 22 seconds. This is the guy that the wife left him. I can see. 22 seconds? Look at you laughing. They're getting divorced. 22 seconds? Is that even possible? How do you even get it in 22 seconds?
Beats me.
Sandoval was on Watch What Happens Live. His girlfriend, Victoria Robinson, was in attendance. Do you know? Did you watch the show? She did not watch the show. That's why she's dating Sandoval. That explains a lot. I guess they went out that night, and then the next day, they unfollowed each other on Instagram or something. So I think, wait till she finds out who this guy is. I think maybe Jax kind of fed stuff to her, because he's such a gossip. And he probably wanted to bang her himself. I don't know. All right, you guys. Hope you have a lovely Mother's Day. Just be careful what you ask your mother. You might not want to know the answer to it. If you want a questionnaire like this, email me, TRIXXI'Podcast@gmail.com. I'll send you one.